Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to another review. Welcome back to, sorry, it's not a review, it's a preview. So, Newcastle's playing Chelsea at St. James Park. So, let's do the preview. Let's see what we can pick up on the points, on what we can expect, our predicted 11. Then we can do, obviously, our predicted score. Now, let's start with the press conference. Maresca just did a press conference yesterday, and he spoke about a couple of rubbish. It's not his fault because obviously all he had to do was just to answer the journalist which asked a lot of rubbish. Now, there's only 1 point or 2 points maybe we can just talk about. The first one has to be injuries. Obviously, it feels good to hear that we don't have any injuries going into the Carabao Cup game against Newcastle. Everyone is fit because, we have players like the Reece James and Romeo Lavia's Fofana. We don't know, especially for Fofana. We were worried last time because, after that, foul, I think it was in the first half, we were very worried, not knowing whether he was going to finish the game or not. And then obviously for Reece James, he played 90 minutes last game against Newcastle, same team. So we don't know whether obviously he worked himself out or not. So it's good to hear that he is available, even though I don't think we are going to see him play. Him, Lavia, and Fofana, I don't think we're going to see them tomorrow just because we have to rotate our team anyway, and we have bigger enough squad to be able to do this rotation. Now, the main point that I want to touch base on is the Sanchez point. Because here's the thing. Maresca keeps saying Sanchez is the #1 goalkeeper. Even the rival fans can even tell that Sanchez ain't good enough. He's not good enough, and Maresca keeps coming. Listen, since the day Maresca signed for Chelsea to be our head coach, right, he has done everything right. Every single thing right. Now, I didn't blame him for wanting to try this Sanchez thing, but if you say you want a ball-playing goalkeeper, Sanchez ain't one of them. Okay, cool. Maybe you don't really expect him to be that good on his feet, but you expect the minimum, the basics. Sanchez ain't giving you that. Last time we played Newcastle, it was horrible. The distribution was so bad. Every time we played these big teams, it seemed to panic a lot. The distribution, he never really distribute the ball to our players. I don't know what's wrong with Sanchez because some days he actually can perform well and then some days it's just horrible. Especially the last game. I thought if I had to put my daughter in there, would have done a better job, and she's only 10 months old. Now, if it wasn't for Reece James, last game, we could have considered maybe 3 goals from open play. Just because Sanchez was in the wrong position. Like, how can you not know where to be when you're defending a ball into the 16-area box, in your own box? You should be able to command that box, but he doesn't. So, yeah, man, if he keeps on this Sanchez thing, to me, I'm actually going to call him out. For now, obviously, I'm not going to call him out because it's too early. Even though we can see the signs of Sanchez being, that bad, I'm still not going to call him as of yet. So, yeah, man, that's all we can speak about the press conferences. Maybe now, let's move look into the game itself. For me, personally, I have full confidence that we are going to come out of this with a win. I don't want to go on penalties. I want to win in 90 minutes, and I'll tell you why. This is a Carabao game, A lot of teams, especially the big 6 clubs, right? Let's say the top 8 clubs, they always rotate their players. Newcastle is definitely going to rotate their players because they want to keep the likes of Isak and maybe Gordon to play in the Premier League. If they do end up coming, it would have to be in the second half, maybe into the 70, 80 minutes. But before then, the start of the match, I think they are going to rotate. Now, the players they're going to play, I don't know, but I know they're definitely going to rotate. Now, when we talk about rotation, there is no squad in the Premier League that has got more depth and quality than Chelsea. And I tell you what, we're looking at the players like Sancho to come off the bench or Neto, depending whoever start, even Mudryk. We're looking into players like João Felix. He has to have game time. We're looking into players like Christopher Nkunku. He has to get game time. We're looking into players like Renato Veiga. He has to get game time. Cucurella might even start. My only worry when it comes to rotation is obviously Enzo Fernandez. He has to start tomorrow because he didn't start because Lavia started. We have the likes of Kani Chukwuemeka's, Jude Spriho. They have to have game time. And these players, they are good quality players. Now, talking about the right back, I'm very concerned because if you put Disasi there, don't get me wrong, in the conference leagues, he's been doing quite all right. But if you put Disasi on right back when you're playing Newcastle and you know how them fast players are and you want to put Disasi over there, it's going to be a long day. So I'm really hoping that he will start Malo Gusto. Maybe in the second half, then put Disasi, or depending on how the game is going, or depending on the opposition as well. Because we don't know whether it's going to be Dan Ben or Lewis Hall. If it's one of them two, they're going to cook Disasi. They're going to cook him to the ground. So that's my main worry. Do not put Disasi on the right back against Newcastle. He is very slow. He is not technically good. Don't put him there. He's not a right back as well. So the fundamentals of being a right back are not quite there in his big head. So don't put him there. Now, Badiashile has to play. Now, I'm okay if you can play Badiashile and Tosin. Why? Because Fofana and Cole, they played last game. And Badiashile, actually, he didn't do really bad against Liverpool, and I thought he's confident, he's starting to come back, also because he's been playing in the Conference League. All you want to do is to keep bringing the same players to this team, because them as a second team, they've actually managed to build some sort of cohesion and chemistry. So yeah, man, when it comes to this depth thing, I think Chelsea, we're on top of any other team in the Premier League. You can argue maybe Man City, because obviously their bench is also as good as probably as ours, if not better. Now, the prediction. Actually, no. Let's do the lineup. I'm going to go Renato Veiga as my left back, and I'm going to go Gusto on the right back. My center backs, I'm going to go Tosin and... who I'm going to go for Tosin and maybe Badiashile, or maybe I'll start Cole and then I'll put Badiashile. And then my midfielders, I'm going to go have a double pivot of Jude Spriho and Enzo Fernandez alongside Cole Palmer. Joao Felix is a 10, and then Nkunku on the 9. I'm gonna have Sancho or Neto, depending on how we wanna play. Neto or Sancho or Mudryk, and then on the right side, I might just do maybe Madueke, or maybe I'll put Neto on the right and then Mudryk or Sancho on the left, or Madueke, or even Sancho on the right. Yeah, but that's my lineup. Now for the predicted score line, I'm gonna go, let's see, I'm gonna go 2-1. Why? Because I always feel like Chelsea will always have to concede. This is why I said, if we wanna win this league, or being in the top 4, or be somewhere that is a little bit of a better place, we have to outscore teams, because they definitely gonna score, especially if you're gonna play Sanchez. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say Jürgensen obviously in goal. So we have to outscore these teams by 2 goals or more if we want to win the league. Because not just win the league, even want to go top 4. Because with Sanchez, even Chelsea as a whole, as a team, our defense, we are definitely going to be conceding goals going forward. So yeah, man. Other than that, this is it. Let's see how the game goes tomorrow morning, if you live in Australia, by the way. Now, I'm going to go 2-1 as my final prediction, like I said. Now, this is it, people. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the review right after the game. Peace.